I felt like, even though, like, I'm not entirely doing the Freaky Friday thing anymore, I thought this was freaky. So that's so weird. But yes, so for today's video, I wanted to do a story time because I haven't done, like, a story time video in a very long time. Actually, I've never really done a story time video. I think the only one I ever did was when I used the Ouija board, but that's it. But I wanted to do something really different, and yes, I felt like this was a good idea for, like, a Freaky Friday video. Even if I'm not entirely doing Freaky Friday, this was a very freaky experience that, oh, it was bad. And yes, if you read the title of this video, this is not clickbait. This is a story of when I got my wisdom teeth pulled, and yes, I was awake for it. I felt them, like, ripping my teeth out. It was very bad. It was horrible. I felt like I was gonna die. It was actually a very simple procedure that went horribly wrong. So I'm going to tell you guys that story, and before I quickly get into the video, 19 more videos till we get to our October video marathon. We'll call it that for now. October video marathon. But yes, so without further ado, let's just get into the story. Alright, so this happened in, like, at literally the last day of June. Like, it was a Friday. I remember, well, it wasn't that long ago. What am I saying? Like, I remember it. Like, this happened a month ago. And I'm telling you guys it now because, you know, I feel like it's a good idea to tell you guys the story now. I obviously need my wisdom teeth pulled, you know. Luckily for me, I only had my top ones. Like, my bottom ones never grew in, which is kind of weird. But for me, I'm very lucky with that. Consultation was very simple. Like, that's, like, where they go in and tell you, like, what the procedures and all that. It sounded very simple, and they said it should be a lot easier because you just have your top ones. So I was like, alright, that's good. You know, I was kind of excited for it. Then the day of came. I woke up at 8:15 because I had to go, like, my appointment was at 9:20, so I woke up at 8:15. You're not supposed to eat anything 8 hours prior to getting your teeth pulled, so by the time it was, like, basically midnight, I couldn't eat anything because I had to take, like 4 pills. It was an antibiotic or something. I was supposed to take that, so I took those, and then I went to the dental place, or the oral surgeon, to get the teeth pulled. So I was waiting in the waiting room a little longer than expected, and then I was nervous because I'm honest, because, like, what the procedure is, and I'm, like, sharing this story because I feel like for people that have never gotten their wisdom teeth pulled, like, if they want to know what it's like or how it is, or if they're nervous. Now, granted, if you're about to get your wisdom teeth pulled and you're listening to this story, this is not, like, a normal instance. Like, this isn't exactly what's supposed to happen. Like, don't panic. Like, you'll understand, but I just want to tell this story maybe to help people out somehow, or if they've related. But anyways, if you don't know what the procedure is, what they're supposed to do is you go in the room, they give you nitrous oxide, which that's laughing gas. If you don't know, like, the medical term, it's laughing gas. They put that on you for a little bit, and then it's just to relax you. Now, of course, yes, you do get high off. Usually, like, for me, like, not that I got, like, a high, like, not like smoking weed high, but, like, you know, I definitely got a little buzzed off of it, but that's, like, normal. That's what it's supposed to do. It's to help relax you and calm you down, because some people, like, for me, I was very terrified of them putting me to sleep, which they either will put the mask over your face like that and put you to sleep, or for me, they needed to put in an IV to, like, put me to sleep, which, by the way, that was a failed attempt. You probably can't even see the bruise, but that was a failed attempt at them trying to put an IV in me. But anyways, yeah, they'll put an IV in you to put you to sleep, which for me, I was very scared of being, like, put to sleep because I have never been put to sleep like that. Like, I know we sleep, but because what freaked me out is it's a dreamless sleep that I'm being forced into, because I dream, like, a lot when I sleep. This was, like, yeah, I was nervous. Anyway, so they put you to sleep, and then once you're put to sleep, they put the Novocaine in your mouth, which that's kind of like, that's the numbing stuff for your teeth. So they put the needles in your mouth and all that, and then they rip out your teeth, or I guess for some people they said they cut out their teeth. For me, I believe they ripped them out, but I'll get into that. And then they'll sew your mouth together, and then you wake up and you don't know all that other stuff. Like, you just realize you know the nitrous oxide, and then, like, you get put to sleep and you wake up, and yeah, like, you don't in between. Yeah, they say, like, most people don't really remember anything or know what's going on. Well, for me, I remember the whole experience. That's why I'm telling it to you guys today. And I'm sorry, that was a long intro. Anyways, so I go in the room, and they put, like, these things on me to check my blood pressure and all that, and my heartbeat, like, you know, obviously because they're gonna put me to sleep, so, and they're giving me drugs, So obviously they kind of need to keep in check with that thing. And I was talking to the hygienist, like kind of nervous and stuff. She's like, you know, most people don't remember this, it's going to be okay, you're going to be fine, it's really not that big of a deal. I'm like, okay. And then she put the nitrous oxide on my face. She goes, this is the nitrous oxide, which is laughing gas. So she put that on my face, and I am not going to lie to you guys. It was kind of fun at first. I honestly felt like I was floating, and it felt really, really weird. Like, it felt weird, but it was kind of fun. So yeah, I definitely did get a little bit high off of it. Like, when I was talking, noises, like, I felt like so zoned out. Like, I could hear everything. Like, I was like, if I looked in one area though, I could like, it was just so weird. But like, it wasn't like that, it was weird. And then the dentist came in, the one that was gonna pull out my teeth, and he said, alright, we're gonna look for the needle thing. So they put on like the band thing, like, you know, when people are about to like shoot up heroin and stuff, yeah, that thing. Or I guess the thing that doctors use when they're they're trying to find veins to put a needle in you. Yeah, they tied that around me, like looking for veins to put the IV in. And unfortunately for me, I have very bad veins. Like, not like my veins are bad, like my veins work fine, they're just very hard to see. So they were like, they stuck the needle in me literally 5 times. Like here, here, here. They stuck one in right here, and then the last one they stuck in was right here. And again, I'm not, by the way, like, I wasn't really supposed to remember any of this. I remember a lot of it. Now, there's parts I'm a little confused about, but I remember most of the experience. So they, like, put the needles in me or whatever, and, like, they were trying, and nothing was working. And while they were doing this, like, first, for the record, first with the nitrous oxide, that was still on my face. So, like, they obviously gave me a few minutes to, like, let it sink in, and I had to just breathe through my nose. So I was just breathing in nitrous oxide. And like, I was breathing that in, like, for a little bit, and then I remember they lowered it a little bit before they started doing the needles, because I felt a little bit dizzy, so they're like, alright, we'll lower it. And then, like, because they had to periodically say, like, are you doing okay? Like, because obviously, yeah. So, I kid you not, like, people aren't supposed to, like, breathe that in for that, like, for, like, as long as I did. Like, because it took them so long to find a place to put in, like, the IV, like, the procedure itself is, like, it's supposed to take about, like, 20 minutes tops. It took me an hour before I was done. So, while they were trying to find places to put the needles, I was still breathing in the nitrous oxide. For, like, at least a good half an hour, I was just breathing that in. No oxygen, just breathing that in. Now, this is where it starts to get freaky. So, no, it's not like I had a bad high or something. Well, it probably did, but it's not like, oh yeah, like, you know, it just went wrong. Okay, this is where it actually goes horribly wrong. So, after about a half an hour, they were still trying, could not find, like, anywhere to put it. And then I remember, like, I was just staring up at the ceiling and stuff, like, just waiting, because I was trying to, like, enjoy the, like, nitrous oxide, because, like, you know, trying to stay relaxed, because I was kind of scared to get put to sleep. And then I remember, like, I was literally looking up at the ceiling, and everything, the whole room started to black out, like everything went black, and, like, it came back, like, everything was blacking out, which, that meant, like, basically that means I was inhaling way too much of that, and I needed oxygen. Like, that's the long story short, I needed oxygen. So I said something about I'm blacking out, and then they lowered it! They lowered the nitrous oxide. I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not, like, hating on the dentist or the hygienist. Like, you know, they were great. It's just, like, it just went wrong. Like, it's not like they, like, did something horrible to me. It was just because they couldn't find the place to put the IV, so I can't. And also, they're not, like, doctors, because, you know, when I have that issue with doctors, they're like, oh, we're gonna find a vein, you know? Like, they'll find one, whereas then they're not, like, doctors. They're dentists, so, you know. Anyways, yeah, so they, basically, the room was blacking out, so they just lowered it, and then it gets worse. Like, one thing about me, I get nauseous extremely easily. Like, I can't play video games because I get nauseous. I can't, like, even when I'm editing, sometimes I get nauseous. That's why, like, I try to do videos where, like, it's like this, you know, I'm sitting still as much as possible, because if I try editing it, like, I'm gonna get nauseous. Like, if I do any vlogs or anything, I'll get nauseous. I can't watch vlogs. Like, I get nauseous beyond easily, even sometimes when I'm driving. So, obviously, like, after about half an hour, I got nauseous. I'm like, I feel really sick. I feel like I'm going to throw up. And then I was like, alright, this isn't fun anymore. Like, And I'm just, granted, hadn't eaten in over 8 hours. There was nothing in my stomach to throw up. So I'm sitting here trying to puke out whatever I can. Okay, this is kind of nasty. Like I remember, like, I had this thingy on the side here. I was trying to puke. Like, I felt so sick. They were trying so hard. They're like, all right, we got to get this in her. We got to get the IV in her. Because they're going, we're going to try to get you to sleep. They were trying to keep me calm. I was freaking out. Like, I started having a panic attack. I was like, I feel so beyond sick. I could not sit up or move without puking. Like, if I sat up or moved, I would have puked. And it was really bad. And I remember overhearing them talking and stuff. Like, they had the nitrous oxide still on me. And then eventually, they did take it off for a little bit. They're like, all right, let's get her some oxygen. So they took it off. Finally breathing normal air, which kind of helped a little bit. And then I was I was trying to puke. It was so painful. My head was so dizzy. I was like, I was crying. Like, I always cry when I throw up, so I was crying. And then I remember the doctors, like, saying they were, like, really worried. They're like, her blood pressure dropped to 75, which is below normal. Like, it's not supposed to be that low. So that was bad. My blood pressure dropped. They said I was not like extremely pale. I mean, I'm already pale, but I was really pale. I was really pale. And they were saying she's really pale. And then my lips were like a different color, like not purple like Titanic Jack when he roasted it, like not like that. They were just colored where clearly like the life was being sucked out of me because I wasn't getting oxygen. Like, they were starting to change colors a little bit. And it was very, very, like, that, it got, like, not life-threatening, like, not like I was going to die, although, like, I mean, obviously if I kept inhaling just nitrous oxide, I probably would have died at some point, but, like, it was very bad. I was, like, they said it was the antibiotics. I'm like, no, this stuff happens when people are deprived of oxygen. But then, like, I was freaking out, and they're like, should we give her more nitrous oxide? And I said, no, we should not. Like, I said no, like, so fast. I was like, no. Like, I was like, I was so scared to be put to sleep before I did the procedure, but at that point, I was like, please, put me to sleep. And then, like, they put another mask over me, which I thought it was the nitrous oxide, and I freaked out. They're like, no, it's just oxygen. I'm like, oh, thank God. So, like, it was just, like, 100% oxygen to, like, try to get it back in my system. And then, it gets worse. It gets worse. This does not get better. So they couldn't put me to sleep, and the guy was like, you know, you would have been done with this by now. We just can't find any veins. Like, no, it wasn't like my fault, but like they were like, we can't find any veins. So the top teeth are so easy to pull out. Like, so this is what had happened. It got worse. Didn't think it could get any worse. It got worse. Then what he did was he took the Novocaine and he said, you're gonna feel a little pinch on your gums, and I'm like, no, that's gonna hurt. I knew what he was gonna do, and he was like, it won't hurt that bad. So he, like, shot the Novocaine in my gums, which it pinched, but it wasn't like, oh my God, make it stop. Then he had to shoot the Novocaine on both halves, like in the roof of my mouth twice. That hurt so bad. I was freaking out. It hurt really, really bad, and I felt it because I wasn't put to sleep. And then he decided to pull my teeth out. Well, I mean, he had to pull my teeth out. That's why I was there. But usually what the doctors will do is they'll let the Novocaine and stuff, or like any sort of like numbing medicine, they usually give it a couple minutes to sink in, like to just like settle until like it takes effect. I did not get that. Like right after he shot the needles, he grabbed the pliers or whatever and he ripped my teeth out. This is gonna get a little bit gory. Maybe I should have put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video, but he ripped my teeth out. Like, I felt it. I felt him pulling my teeth out. And, like, it wasn't, like, pressure. Like, because obviously I know you're going to feel pressure. It was pain. Like, it was so painful. Like, I wasn't screaming. I was going, like, because my mouth was up and I really couldn't, like, scream. And I was nauseous. I was like, ah! Like, I was making a noise somewhat like that. But it was just horrible. Like, felt him ripping them out. He did sew it together, but like I didn't even know he did that. I couldn't feel that part, but it was extremely, extremely painful. And then after they were done, I'm like, can you please bring my mom back here? And my mom came back there, and I was still insanely nauseous. And she came back there, I started crying hysterically, like, oh my God, I was so upset, so sick, so much pain. Like, I felt it all. My mouth was, well, at this point my mouth was numb, and like they were feeling bad. It felt so bad, and then they were like, alright, we're gonna try to get you to sit up. So that was a bad idea because I was really nauseous. I sat up though, like they put the chair up. I puked what I could. including, I puked up like what I could, and also I puked up like blood because my teeth had just been ripped out, so there's blood in my mouth. Then I managed to get up. I got to the car, and right when I got to the car, I puked again. Like, I was so beyond nauseous. It was just so terrible. And then I put the car seat back and I lay down. I went to sleep the whole car ride because I get car sick really easily, especially like in a situation like that. When I got home, I had to put the car seat back up, so I sat up. I puked again. Then once I got in the house, like, my room's upstairs. Like, this is my room. I didn't even come to my room. I went into my parents' room. And I, like, puked right when I got in there. I laid down. I went to sleep for a good few hours. But I was, like, so sick. Because, like, I took the weekend off from work and everything. Like, I was thinking, like, it wasn't going to be that bad. Like, hey, my mouth's going to be a little sore. I was going to work on my website and all that. Like, I had things I was going to do, like simple things like that, where I could stay in bed and work. That whole weekend, I couldn't do anything. Like, I could barely sit up. Like, I could not stand up for more than 5 minutes without feeling sick unless I was in the shower, because, I don't know, water makes me feel better. But, like, I was lucky to sit up and stuff, and, like, obviously now I'm a lot better. But it was just so terrible. Like, it was a really bad experience. And again, I'm not saying this to, like, freak people out. Like, I don't want you guys to think, like, this is what happens to everyone that gets their teeth pulled, because it doesn't. It just happened to me because, one, I get nauseous extremely easily, like, very, very easily. And two, again, they could not find my veins. Like, if they would have put me to sleep, probably none of this, it wouldn't have been this bad. But yeah, I just wanted to share it because I don't know if anyone else said stories like this, or, like, if you're getting your wisdom teeth pulled, maybe this isn't the best video to watch because you're probably going to be more scared. Like, if you're already nervous, like, hey, let me watch videos, like, you might be more scared. But again, this is not, like, this is not normal circumstances. Like, but I was told before, like, the most normal thing, like, most people are put to sleep, okay, like, practically everyone's put to sleep before their teeth get pulled. I was not put to sleep, but I'm not telling you guys this to freak you out. It's like I guess, like a learning experience somehow, or you can say, what, like, you thought yours was bad, like, maybe mine was worse. But again, maybe let me know in the comments down below, have any of you guys have, like, an experience this bad? Like, you guys have had your wisdom teeth pulled, or maybe know someone, like, did anyone else have an experience this terrible? Like, it was really bad. But yeah, that is all for today's video. Give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, or if you feel bad for what I went through, because I feel bad for it. Also subscribe, because I'm making new videos every single Monday and Friday until October, which then I'm going to post a video every single day. And again, comment down below your stories, because I'd love to hear those. And check out my Instagram at HorrorLover13. That is where I post makeup, special effects, and I actually use my Instagram story a lot. So, like, if you guys want to, like, keep up with my life, know what I'm doing, go check that out. And also check out my website, queenofhorror.com, where I post everything horror in case you're not getting enough horror on this channel. Which, again, hopefully my update will be done by October. But that is it. So until next time, bye guys! And just remember, always say goodbye.